Hi guys. It has been a while since, I posted anything or well, I do post other things, but just talking. Yeah, so let's now chat. Okay. So today I felt like addressing the role family plays in bringing up a child. So I happen to have been in a case whereby the student had to be sent home. The student got kind of like physical with the teacher. So it was, let me say, a day that parents were expected to be at school. You talk about your kids, how they're performing, and, just find ways to ensure that they perform well. But on this fateful day, the student, the person who came for the student was the sister. So the school doesn't allow, the use of phones that isn't, controlled. It can bring a lot of things. So this student was busy taking the sister, up to the dormitory side, but a teacher had warned them not to. So it got to a point like the phone had to be snatched because the sister is also kind of young. So she wasn't that elderly, so more of like youthful. The teacher had to take away that phone because the student got physical and the sister also got abusive with the teacher. And the principal was called in to help handle the case. The deputy, because it was a function, the PTA chair was there, the class representative, all these people that help in ensuring a function in school runs smoothly. They got tired. They got tired because the level of indiscipline of the sister and the brother was just too much. So they had to be sent packing. Just be suspended because they got so abusive and that was not so respectful. So today, the student came back with because it was just a suspension, a few days suspension, came back with the mother. But when we look at the mother, it felt as if this student get the guts because home is not kind of controlled. For instance, after undergoing a little bit of scrutiny, we realized that it's like the father is not in the lives of these people because it was so sad when the mother was asked about the whereabouts of the dad, and then she's like, I'm the one taking care of my kids. Like, she didn't want to mention anything. Yes, things happen and it's okay, but I feel like, in as much as there are some things that happen, we shouldn't deny, you know, children that chance to know the other parent because as they grow up, they get affected. And this being a boy, you don't have, a male role model there. So that means that you have literally no one to look up to, no one who will show you with, a little bit of strictness that this is the path you're supposed to follow, this is the path you're not supposed to follow. And I do respect, single women that are out there because we know them that work hard to ensure that this kid, goes through proper education, grows up well, and there are some who've done a great job. But if there's even a slight possibility of the father to be able to be in that child's life, let's not take away that responsibility because when the kids grow up, it has a lot of effect on them. If they're not properly brought up, it will kind of affect the. For instance, this student is like, he isn't disciplined and he's not scared not to be disciplined. So him being indisciplined is like a norm. Like when he does something, it's like there's no any form of punishment that is going to be taken on him. And we African kids, there's just a way we have to grow up and It might sound harsh, but actually it isn't. How we were disciplined while growing up has made us who we are. You know that we're in a world that, corporal punishment, blah, 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 blah. Fine. But we shouldn't take away the right of a father to be in the child's life. Or if we can't find the father, if some fathers are not worth it, they're not worth the time. If that can't happen, there has to be, a male role model for this child. There has to be somebody who's able to push him into the right path, because mothers have the heart of gold. It's just, they're just mothers. But with the presence of, the other parent, discipline of that child will help, will be brought up or inculcated in the child when he's young enough, you know. And so from this, I just learned that no matter what might happen, I wonder why my lights are weak. Okay, no wonder what the situation could have been. Let's not punish our kids for our mistakes. Let the parents always be in the child's life, even if you're separated. Let each parent play their own role. And if you're a parent and you have a child, let's take responsibilities, because you decided to have a child. So be man up. Because it's sad. People are out here because some, just escaped their responsibilities. But in terms of disciplining a child, it's only home. Even schools can't help sometimes, because if the child is not disciplined from home, then you can do nothing to that child, because he or she knows that no matter what happens, they'll always find a place to, hide their heads. So today's incident has really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. And that is not even the first case, but one of a kind. There are students who actually go through a lot. So no matter what happens, let's not punish the child, because once they're grown up, it's you who the shame will come back to if you don't do whatever you're supposed to do. So, yeah, let's learn to take responsibility for our kids, and let's not punish our kids by not, having all the parents in charge. So let's just learn to take care of them, because that helps inculcate discipline. Nobody would want to be around a kid who is indisciplined, let me tell you. Nobody. Because dealing with them is hard. Nobody. So I hope that was a good message, right? Bye.